begin in the Omen with Devlin and Noah. We're going to begin, if you will, in a montage sequence, as they have about 2.5 hours of working time on these electronics and computer systems within the basically the command center area of their vessel, their control panels and things of that nature. So we see in this montage, first of all, there's this action-packed thumping music playing, this very motivational music that just permeates the environment around you as you guys are just jamming and working very intently. Sweat is pouring down your brows. We have the blue glow from a fusion welder bathing one side of Noah's face in light. In another sequence, as it flashes over, we see Devlin wiping sweat from his brow after crawling out from under an open computer panel. It's hot in there, I tell you. We see another sequence where both of them are communicating back and forth and pointing into several wires in the brightness of a massive flashlight. As you guys are seeing the silhouetted wires that are kind of broken and twisted in different parts inside the control panel. We also see Noah wrapping recently soldered wires in duct tape left by Manta and Adronima. As you guys are sealing things, you're putting metal panels back up, ripping the duct tape, making sure that it's holding all these panels in place where screws and bolts have somewhat gone missing over the course of many years. Who knows what planet those bolts are on? Nobody knows. They could be floating out there in wild space somewhere. They could be part of the Iron Ring themselves. Who knows? But this is the sequence we see from Devlin and Noah. About an hour into your work, Devlin and Noah, the buzzer rings to the airlock.
You gonna get that?
Is it safe to get it?
I don't know. I really haven't been on the ship that much.
Let's go see who it is. Do we have the video still working up front?
Oh yeah. So
I would go check that video.
You punch in some panels, and on this kind of very old TV-ish looking monitor, you can kind of see out there as the static kind of buzzes out onto the video screen there. You can see standing out front is a violet glowing AI unit holding what seems to be a could be a metal case of some sort out in front, and you see him flanked by two of what seems to be Zanta's henchmen guards.
I would turn on the comms and say, are you here for Manta's date?
You hear the Violet AI say, "We are here to drop off the materials requested."
Is that it?
And to give you a breakdown in the cost difference based upon the materials requested.
Okay, no opens the door.
Okay. As you open the door, you see this violet light, kind of almost like me, like cascade off of this AI and kind of glimmer onto your sweat-filled brow as you kind of wipe it off, heading towards the door. And the Violet AI opens the case to unveil all of the items that you guys have requested. So inside, we have a toolbox for repairs that was designated for Devlin. There is a pistol with one extra ammo clip that was requested by Manta, and an extra ammo clip for a pistol that was requested by you, Noah. Are the three things that are in this case. He takes the things out of the case. He doesn't supply the case to you, and he hands you those supplies. Zanta also would like to mention that the total forward pay due to these items is 225 hollows, bringing the total of the contract's completion to 275 hollows upon successful completion. including one of the 2 modules that was offered. I believe it was a storage or a fuel module.
Correct.
Was the choices that you guys had. So basically, he just gives you the rundown that this total cost of these items was 225, that's cutting out of your 500. So basically, he's just upfronting you this for your mission.
Noah takes possession of the toolbox and the items.
Okay.
I'll just be standing in the back, just kind of like keeping an eye, but staying distant.
Okay.
Was there anything else you needed?
Are you satisfied with these items?
I wish they were cheaper. Is there a way you can make that happen?
Unfortunately, that is not in my protocol.
What is in your protocol?
Keeping things in line.
That sounds threatening.
It's what I was built to do.
Looks like you were built to carry items to ships.
I'm built to do whatever my master tells me.
Is he telling you to keep us in line?
He told me to deliver these items to your vessel. I'm simply complying to his request.
And now you have done so. Will that be all?
That will be all. Good luck on your endeavor. And it turns on its heels. Last thing to stop looking at you is the eyes as it turns its head and walks away.
And he was with 2 guards, right?
Yeah, and they just kind of turn and follow. They just seem to be standing there. One of them looks pretty bored.
I would walk over and grab the toolkit and then go back to work.
Okay.
We close the door. Devlin, check everything in this box for any type of tracking equipment or anything that should not be here.
I kind of like give like a little sigh and just go, all right, and just kind of look through my box real quick, my toolbox, looking for anything, and then just kind of look around because he didn't leave the other box, right?
No, the big case, he took it with him.
Okay. Yeah, then I would just search through. And do I notice anything odd in the toolbox?
Go ahead and make a savvy check for me, please.
All right. Which one should I use? I'll go with this one. And I only have a -1 now.
Yeah, you guys at the end of last session, they did do some leveling up with spending their points.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Nice.
-1.
-1.
So 19.
Which
We're
is still
keeping this die right here.
Which is still a success. So that's a success. You're pretty confident there is no such item that would be of any kind of tracking module or anything within these tools. You do find that it is pretty stacked with a lot of tools that you probably wouldn't have necessarily thought of yourself bringing along. So it seems like this is legit.
I'll just turn to Noah and just go, nope, I don't see anything out of the ordinary, but it is pretty well stocked. I'm kind of impressed that they have this many tools out here.
Is that going to help you get any of this done?
Oh, for sure. Now we don't have to use duct tape and this one wrench for everything.
We have a screwdriver too.
Oh, why didn't you tell me? I have been sitting here using this wrench trying to get these bolts in. Whatever.
Ask.
We have the toolbox now. If you need something, just put it back. I'm writing my name on every single one of them.
I will not steal your tools. I promise.
After I write my name on all of them.
Awesome. So at this time,
just
you
go
guys
back
are
to
just going back to work, and we go back to that montage of you guys now using some new tools.
Actual tools.
actual tools that might help. And we're going to go to the container city, I'm going to call it. As we zoom back in on Andronima, Dawn, and Manta. And I'm going to take you guys to a new image in Roll20. This is not a perfect image of what I imagine this to be like in my head. but it is an image that will give you an idea of the kind of environment that you're in. And I will get onto here and show this to our wonderful friends in YouTube land so that they can join us with seeing this image. So like I said, imagine storage containers, but imagine them a little bit more futuristic with panels on the sides that are have blinking lights and buttons and stuff on them. They're stacked up on top of each other in different ways with different levels and walkways, metal catwalks going from one to another. Don't imagine if there's solar panels, they're all broken and busted and don't work, because why would you have solar panels in the interior of a vessel? Imagine that the sky above is a metal roof with like fluorescent and neon lights that kind of illuminate the whole space rather brightly, actually. This is the kind of environment that you're in whenever you have started talking to Miya here, and you guys got her card from her. You're disappointed that there was only half of what was originally promised to you. You believe, as you try to gain your payment from this contract that you may or may have not have successfully completed based on her assessments. While you're standing there, and Manta, you had just walked out. You were headed back to Dawn. Andronima, you're standing there in the room with Miya, and you got your fusion welder out, correct? I think that was one thing that you had that out, and you can sense definitely some uneasiness from her now as you guys have flustered her a bit, forced her out of some information that she was trying to hide from you, as you were able to successfully determine that she was definitely lying to you, and she kind of spilled the beans of what she was actually doing. And she didn't seem too threatened by you guys, but it's also definitely can definitely feel her tense, just this general aura of her being more tensed up. And it's almost like out of nowhere, she instantly, like, you turn your head for just a moment, and the pink jacket comes, like, flying at you along with her foot as she tries to, like, standing roundhouse you in the face. Let me check my sheet.
Roundhouse.
Roundhouse. There it is. Does a 10 meet or exceed your defense rating?
That is exactly my defense rating, yeah.
That is exactly your defense rating. Okay, I rolled an 8 plus 2. So you feel this impact right alongside your face of Miya's boot. And the jacket kind of falls kind of over your head a little bit, this pink jacket. Just enough time as you're whipping the jacket off, just enough time do you see her just sprinting out of the door. You do take 1 point of damage as you're kicked in the jaw. It hurts. But before we go into any kind of sequence, I want to ask you, Andronima, how do you respond? What do you do? She's ran out of and she's running fast.
Want to try and catch her so that she doesn't, like, completely escape? Trying to, like, maybe trip her up so she can fall, like, flat face into the ground.
Excellent. Okay, so that will set the stage for what we're going to do next. We're going to do a chase sequence. So, first of all, I do want to mention to Manta. Manta, you are walking out. You probably got about 15, 20 feet away from the door before you hear the whoop, and then the footsteps. And you look over your shoulder and you can see, you can recognize it's Miya even though the pink jacket is no longer there. But Miya is sprinting out and turns kind of away from you and is running in the opposite direction along the ground level, the floor level of this canister city, this this container city. Dawn is probably 15 feet to 20 feet ahead of you, sitting at a table playing cards. And he also sees this happen over the shoulder.
Yeah, I'm just gonna yell out to Dawn, say, "Dawn, she's getting away!" And I'll start running after her.
Oh, you're gonna start running after also? Okay.
Yeah, that's yeah.
What would Dawn do?
That's a hard choice. You know what? Don hasn't had any action this whole section so far, so I'm gonna drop my cards and go follow them to see what's going on.
You're gonna run too? Okay. So here's what I need all three of you to do. I would like all of you to make a dex test, because she is heading on ahead and she's agilely weaving in around people, and she is running fast. Sometimes she has to push somebody out of the way to move, and it looks like she's dipping and diving and looking for places to go. She turns left like abruptly and goes in between two other containers. I need you guys to each make a dex test to see if you can keep up with her as she's running.
6.
6. Okay. I'm going to get some more appropriate chase music going here.
That was a 3.
A 3? Oh no.
The 9. I'm gonna use one of my void points to re-roll.
Okay, a void point. Okay.
Yeah.
Shortest chase ever.
Shortest chase ever. None of us can catch up with her. We all suck collectively.
Michael, does this count as a failure, or is this like an initiative?
It counts as a failure, so if you don't have 4 void points, you would gain a void point for failing that. And it also has something else that's going to happen.
Cool.
With the reroll, I rolled a 16. 18 minus 2.
16, so that's a success. So, Dawn and Manta, because you guys didn't have quite of a head start as Andronima had, Andronima's able to kind of keep track of where Mia's going a little bit better. She's a few feet ahead of you and is able to weave through the crowds with a little bit more ease. Dawn just randomly, like some bigger guy kind of like gets in front of you at one point, and you almost like drill into him with his shoulder and almost lose your balance as you're running through the crowd. So here's what's going to happen. Since you guys failed your first check, the next check in the chase is going to be made with disadvantage. Okay.
Cool.
You guys can see. Well, you guys can't see this yet, but I'm going to have you guys make a roll for it to see if you can see it. So the second test that I need you to make in this chase is you're running through this bottom floor, dodging people left and right, moving in through the containers. I need you to make a savvy check for me, please. Dawn and Manta, you will have to make yours with disadvantage because you're falling behind the chase.
What would be the disadvantage?
Disadvantage is roll 2 d20s and
Nice.
take the lower number
Gotcha.
with your savvy added to it. If you fail this check, you're out of the chase.
That would
Can I
be-
use my void point?
You can
that
use
I
a
just
void
got?
point to make it a regular roll if you want to. But if you fail that,
I already rolled my disadvantage, so I'll just keep it then.
okay.
I didn't know it like made it. I thought you just re-roll it again as its advantage.
I
I got a 5.
5, okay.
got 10.
Got a 10?
15.
18. Nice.
15,
Oh,
15, not 18, yeah.
So Andronima is the only one to succeed. So Dawn and Manta, you can both take another void point if you don't have 4 already. And Dawn, you get to a point in an intersection where you just stop and you look to your left. You just see other people. You look to your right. You see some other people. And you have no clue where anybody else is. You're just at a standstill. Manta, you got a little bit farther and somebody tripped you up. And by the time you regained your focus and lift your head up, Andronima and Miya are nowhere to be found.
Great.
Andronima, You just caught Miya like sprinting around a corner, and she leapt up onto one of the metal ladders, and she went up 3 rungs with just her arms while her legs were dangling, and then regained her balance with her legs, and then propped her legs up and just started like quickly running up this ladder. And you're able to jump up on that ladder as well and start making your way up to the next level. She zooms around another set of containers, jumps up on another ladder, and zooms up to another level. You're able to keep up with her, and you're following her this whole time. Anything you want to do in this sequence right now. She's still out of reach, but you're getting closer. You're not letting her get away.
I wish I had that duct tape now. I'm just gonna yell and say, Miya, where are you going? You don't have to run. We can just talk. Maybe.
You hear back from the top, I already tried that. And she keeps running.
Well, whatever you want.
So do you keep chasing Andronima?
Yep.
All right, the last test I need you to make
Oh god, I'm scared.
is based upon your resilience and stamina, because she's been running and you're getting tired. She seems to be just keep going. So this is going to be a body test.
Okay, that's not horrible. Don't fail me now. Or should I roll the big one? Chunk?
You have
Or
any
tiny.
You have any void points?
No, I had
No.
1. And I used it.
Okay.
Oh! Well, that's not bad. That's a 13 plus 2, so 15.
13 plus 2 beats a 12. It's what you needed to succeed. So you finally chase her up to the 4th floor of this. You're on top of the 4th kind of container part, where she comes around a corner and it's kind of like a makeshift dead end at the top where two containers come together and make a corner. She stops. She's panting a little bit and turns around as you kind of come around the corner and stop and see her just standing there, a little bit of sweat pouring down her brow for the moment. And she faces you, and you sense you can't hear anybody coming behind you. You sense Manta and Dawn are not here at this point. And she looks towards you and says, "So now what? We can just let it all go."
No. Letting it all go, just, you ran and I wasn't even really gonna do anything. I was just gonna intimidate you. But I've been in war, and I sense that you might have not been in one. And typically, you don't let prisoners go.
She kind of smirks. She's like, "I sense that you just don't know too much about me." And she reaches for something in her sides, in a little belt pouch. And she pulls out what looks to be like these 2 short blades. Come out, 1 in each hand. They each have this blue glow to the end of the blade. And it almost looks like they have this... You can almost hear a hum of vibration from them as they come out. I need Manta and Dawn. I need you guys to make savvy checks for me, please.
Is this at disadvantage or?
Nope. Regular roll.
I'm gonna use my void because I'm rolling a 3.
Use a void point? Okay.
I think that's a 13 for me.
13 is a success.
Yeah, 13.
11. With a void point used?
Yeah.
Woo. That's fun. Let me see what happens. That means something fun happens. Spending void points.
That's when you fail using a void point?
Yep, using a void point when you fail. Let's see. Using void points. If a void point is spent to gain advantage and the roll fails, roll 1d6. I need you to roll a d6 for me. If the result is equal to or lower than the current amount of void points after you have spent. So you used 1, so you have 3.
I have 1 left.
Oh, you only have 1 left? Okay, so you have to roll a 1 on this. You have to roll 1 to suffer any consequence. You rolled a 1? Roll a void corruption. So I need you to roll a d20 for me.
You're staying in bed. I should stay on the table play. God.
3. Okay.
Okay.
This one is going to be a void corruption that doesn't necessarily happen just... We're not going to reveal it just yet. Okay? Because this is something that's going to... We're going to have to figure this out. This is a little bit of a deep... so basically, your most important memory transcends to an item that you carry. You and others can feel and see the memory if they hold the object. So what item would you... Right now you have your staff, right? What other item... What do you have any other items that you think a memory of yours would transcend to? We can just decide this now and we can determine and discern the effects of it later.
I have a bag of coins.
Bag of coins? Okay.
A piece of, yeah, coins.
Okay. We'll choose your we could choose your bag of coins if that's what you want.
No, I'll take my staff.
The staff? Okay.
Yeah.
So just put a note that a most important memory transcends into that item. Okay. Nice. Manta, you look up and you notice that's why you lost them, because they went up.
Oh.
And they're up there about 4 stories, and you can see that Miya, you can only see like their waist up based on the angle that you're looking at them. But you can see Andronima is facing off against Miya, and Miya is wielding some kind of weapons in her hands.
Do I see, like, is Dawn near me, or are we separate also?
Dawn is not near you. You don't know where he
Okay.
is. He lost you and Andronima. You guys are all like in separate areas.
Gonna, I guess, attempt to climb up to Andromeda.
Okay. So you're going to start heading your way there?
Yep.
All right. Andronima, what do you do?
Well, I see the blades. I'm gonna look at them and say, well, those are very shiny. Again, we don't really have to do this, but you're kind of choosing to do it right now. So since you're choosing to do it, well, I guess I'm gonna choose too. And if I end up on the floor dead, that's totally fine with me. I lived a long life, and I'm gonna try and punch her.
You're going to try and punch her? Okay. Yeah. So Andronima just goes right forward, running up, and just tries to deck her. Go ahead and roll a d20 and add your body to it, and let me know what you get.
I move this out of the way. My little light is like right on top of my dice tray.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy! It's a 6.
It's a 6? A total of 6?
Yeah, it's 4 plus 2.
You come at her, and your fist, it's almost like slow motion as she just dips out of the way, and your fist just goes right beside her face. Doesn't look like she had any effort upon moving out of the way from that attack. And just kind of shifts. You did make the first aggressive move. And currently, the only other person that would be able to engage is, on your side, is Manta. But Manta is still climbing ladders. So you either got to pick for Miya to go or Manta to go next.
Do I see Amanda?
You don't technically see him, but you can hear him coming up metal ladders below you.
Okay. I'm gonna pick Manta, and I'm gonna just yell towards him and say, "Hey, if I die, shoot me out of space, but don't forget to strip my body, and don't forget the jacket. You dropped it below."
Okay.
Ah!
All right. I'm just gonna keep climbing.
Okay, you keep climbing. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes
know,
way-
can I get-
I will
can I
say
get to him
it's going to
round?
take you 2 rounds to get completely up to where you can do something. So the only other person that's engaged in this right now is her, and she immediately takes one of those blades and she kind of takes both of them and she tries to shift them and come across your chest, Andromeda, with them. This is going to be considered a risky attack. So basically what she does is she makes a roll, because she's using 2 hands to do this. She makes a regular roll. If she hits, she does 2 of her weapon damage dice of damage. If she misses, you immediately get to counterattack. Okay? So let's see how she does. Wow. That's only a 5
Oh God.
against your defense rating. That's going to miss.
Yeah.
So you dodge out of the way of her attack as you duck underneath the blades, and you can make an immediate counterattack.
When I do, I have a question. Since I failed that last one, does it count as a void point?
Failed attack rolls do count as void points. Yes.
Cool. Okay. Put it back in. As I dodge out of her way, I'm just gonna be like, "Oh boy, we're dancing!" Looking towards her direction, and I'm gonna try and snatch one of the blades out of her hand.
Okay.
Or like at the very least, make it either snatch it or like make her drop one of them.
Okay, sure. Go ahead and just make a body check for this.
Body check. Here I go.
We'll say you're just kind of like chopping at her wrist, trying to make her drop it.
That's a 19 plus 2, so that's a 21.
That totally hits, and you totally succeed. You kind of do this like chop at her wrist, and you hear her go, "Argh!" And the hand releases, and this thing goes, and then hits the ground next to you, and just is like spinning right beside your foot. Since you are doing unarmed strikes, these only count as 1 point of damage. So she does take 1 point of damage on this. Okay. So that finishes her go, bringing us to Dawn. I need you to make another savvy check for me, please.
I'm gonna use my voice last.
Okay, last void point. Go ahead, give yourself advantage.
There's no way. 5.
With advantage? You rolled twice? And the highest one you got was a 5?
Oh no, the highest one was 7. Sorry. Same
7 is still a failure. Roll a d6 for me, and tell me what you get. 3. You're safe from void corruption this time. Yeah, I'm making the minimum 1, even if you have 0 void points left. I'm gonna make it a minimum of 1.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, you're void corruption free. You still have no idea where your friends are.
I'm just lost.
No clue. You're just lost.
I
So,
think I'm back in the old man or something.
but Dawn, here's what I'm gonna do for you. I'm gonna let you pick who goes next.
Give it to Manta.
Manta,
I'm
you
climbing.
You get up to the top, and you can see them facing off. You can't approach or attack or anything this round, but you can now see that they're combat dancing right now. Like Dronima's fists are flying. You saw one of the blades get knocked out of Mia's hand. Looks like she knows how to fight, based off what you can see so far.
So did I see where the that blade went?
Yeah, it looks
by
like
chance?
it's just out of Mia's reach, but it's within Andromeda's reach.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna. Yeah, you got this, Andromeda.
Do I?
Yes.
Oh boy.
And then I'll give Andromeda can go next.
All right. Yep. You can pick. So Andromeda, you get the turn.
Can I pick up the blade and attack her with it?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that.
You know what's kind of crazy about it too is when you reach down to go ahead and grab it, before you get your hand around the handle, when it's within like about 5 inches of your hand, it goes, and it goes like right up into your hand.
It's a lightsaber, guys. Is that a D20 roll as well?
A D20. This is a melee attack still, so it's considered body attack. So you're gonna use your body.
Okay. I'm gonna just look at it and be like, I'm coming for you. I hope you remember me when you die.
Now keep in mind, everybody, you can all make risky attacks. The benefit of a risky attack is it's just a normal attack roll. But if you hit on a risky attack, you get to roll double the damage dice of whatever you're attacking. So if you do like a risky just punch, it would be 2 base damage instead of 1.
Oh.
And if there's a weapon that has like a pistol is a D6, if you hit, you get to roll 2d6 for your damage. But if you miss, the enemy gets an automatic counterattack on you if they have the means to do so.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to tell you that I'm making a risky before or after?
Yeah,
I
you
roll?
have to determine before. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well then in that case I'll just do this normal because I rolled 12 plus 2, that's 14.
14 is going to hit her. So with this weapon, you're going to roll a d4 and tell me what you get.
Okay, D4 incoming. 1.
1. So you catch her off guard. You definitely hit her, but she was in the process of like jumping back from the attack as it came through. So you kind of cut her right across the stomach there a little bit, but it's merely a flesh wound.
Merely a flesh wound.
That's right.
For flavor, I'll lick the blade.
Oh, you lick the blade. It's really weird. Like it's like a vibrating toothbrush. Like it's like as you kind of like lick the blade. It's this really weird feeling. And your tongue kind of gets stuck to the blade for a moment as you're like and then pull it off.
Bad idea. Bad idea.
I that was gonna be a lot more.
Brought to you by Crest.
I'm gonna
Yes.
give her the turn.
She gets the turn. So now she only has 1 blade, but she's gonna immediately just kind of turn around and try to like up swipe back across to you. That's looking good. That's a 16 to hit you.
It does hit.
It does hit. Okay, so that I need to roll a die for. Let's see if I can find one. I need to downsize on my dice here, guys.
Dang, has too many dice.
Oh, that's gonna hurt. That does 4 points of damage
Ow.
as you get one right in the midsection. I mean, the blade just pierces right into you. How are you doing? You looking pretty bad? Oh no! Oh no! As you're kind of like hunched over in pain, she's like, "You know, we didn't have to do this."
Didn't, but now we're doing it.
All right, so we're gonna go back to Dawn. Dawn, make a savvy check for me, please. Make it with advantage. Because of reasons. Make it with advantage. Roll 2, take the higher.
12.
That's just enough.
You don't want to know what the first one was? It was a 1.
You might need to change dice there, buddy.
I lent to my old ones.
Oh no.
12's enough, and honestly, you wouldn't have noticed unless you heard the yelp of pain come from Adronima 4 stories above you. As you look up, and you can see kind of, you're on the other side where across from where Manta had gone up, and you can see there's something going on, and Adronima looks like she's getting her butt kicked up there.
Yeah, so is there a way for me to, like, I want to look around to see if I can find a way up there.
Oh yeah, there's ladders around. You might, on your side, you might have to go up a ladder, then over, then up another ladder, but you think you can get up there no problem. It'll take a little bit.
A little bit.
All
I'll
right.
start climbing
You start
Better
climbing
go.
on your turn. Okay, Dawn, choose who would you like to go next.
Let's go with Adranima.
Andronima. You can feel the warmth of your blood pouring from your wound in your stomach as it's running down your side and down your leg.
I'm just gonna look at her and just say, you know what? I always did want to die in battle. Thanks for this opportunity. And I am going to make a risky attack.
Okay. Oh, she's risking it all here, guys.
Death, here I come. That's my staple. That is a 17.
That hits. You can roll 2d4.
Where's my other d4? Do I have it? Oh, yes, I do. I have 2 of these. Don't you dare roll 2 ones. I swear to God.
That's always my luck with D4s.
It's not 2 ones. It's a 4 and a 3.
7 damage. So
Safe.
you come across and slash her, and you just feel like the spray of blood kind of cover your face from this quick attack that you just made out of the blue. She gets forced back, and she's near the edge of this open space. Dawn, you can kind of see where she's kind of teetering off the edge, and she sort of looks up at you, and you can see just blood pouring down the front of her outfit that she's wearing, soaking into every bit of it. She's still standing, but she looks very hurt. Who would you like to go next? Manta.
Give Manta the turn.
You are within. You can run up to her if you'd like to. You're within range this turn.
I will run up to her, yes.
Okay.
And I am going, as I'm running up, I'm just gonna like run up and basically do like just a big kick and try and like kick her off the ledge.
Kick her off the ledge. Okay.
Yeah.
This is this would be considered body. So roll a d20 and add your body score to it.
Well, this probably isn't gonna go well.
Can be worse than my shots.
Well, unfortunately, I have a -3 to body, so that's an 8.
An 8.
Yep.
Okay. So Manta runs up, stops immediately in front of her, looking right at her, goes to kick her, and right at that last minute, you slip on a little bit of blood that's starting to pool underneath her, and you just lose your balance just enough to make your shot miss. And she's just like teetering on the edge, and you're the one kind of standing closer to her, and I think she's the only one left to go.
Yeah, I think so.
So she's gonna swing at you
Okay.
with her blade as you're coming at her. So she just takes a quick backhand strike towards you, and rolls a 21 to hit.
Oh yeah.
That hits.
Oh yeah.
That does 2 points of damage.
Well, I'm at 1 HP.
Oh my, Manta and Andronima are both very badly hurt.
So
You get like a backhand, and she comes down and she hits you kind of like in the shoulder where the fleshy part like meets the metal and just drives this blade, and you can feel the vibration all the way down your metallic arm, like zzzz, and she just rips it out, and you can see she's holding her wound on her chest with her arm, and then blood is just spewing over the top of her arm.
oh, that really hurts. That was that knife.
This will take us to Dawn, who is still climbing. You can see them up there. Like, you can see Manta and this Miya, like, right on the edge.
Is there a way? Am I close enough to throw my staff to Manta?
Here's what I'm going... Oh, you want to toss it to Manta?
Yeah.
I like this. I like
That's all I
this.
can do.
Let me check something really fast. I think that would be... I think I'm going to have you make a dex check for this. But let me double check. Abilities. Dexterity. Defense rating, poise, speed, and reflexes. Dodging, climbing, sneaking, balancing, picking. Lifting dead friends.
Lifting dead.
That's under body. So lift a dead friend.
Need a lot of body after this. 2 people die.
This isn't a tech-based thing, so I'm going to say it's a dex check. Make a dex check for me.
I do have a void. It's needed. Alright. Make this count. 18.
18. Manta, you hear from below. What would you shout to him?
I'll be like, Manta, cash! And I try, and I throw it.
And you see the homemade staff comes flying up in your direction, almost a perfect pass. And you catch it in your grasp.
And I'll give Manta the next.
And Manta's gonna kick off the round.
As he throws that to me, I just, as in like a normal motion, just gonna like swing and try and hit her with it.
Nice, like a catch and swing?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Sweet.
So this is a D20. I'm assuming this is body also, right?
Yep, same thing for melee.
Nope. Even worse. Hold on. I'll use a void point. Haha.
Use a void point?
Void point. Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Oh,
8 again, so failed. 5 on both.
Oh gosh. Okay, roll a d6 for me.
Okay.
Manta.
1.
How many void points do you currently have?
1.
Okay, roll a d20 for me.
Okay.
We got void corruption out the
2.
wazoo tonight, guys.
Roll 20 is not rolling well for me tonight. I might actually have to get up my dice.
2. Okay, write this down on your character sheet for me.
Oh, okay.
You're going to start having day and or nightmares about a suffocating darkness.
Oh, well, that's just perfect for me. Okay, cool.
Fantastic. Would you like to move away from her, or are you going to stay put?
No, because I don't want Andromeda to die also. So I'm gonna stay and like just be like a cohesive unit.
Okay.
And I will let Andromeda go next.
All right, Andromeda, you got the next
Now, I
turn.
could have let her go next, but like that actual ability. But
Oh boy. Okay. Well, you know what they say. When you risk it, you gotta risk it. Especially for the brisket. And I'm gonna make a brisket out of you. And I'm gonna try and push her off the ledge.
Okay,
with
so
a risky attack.
A risky attack. All right. Make your attack roll.
Is that body, dexterity?
Yeah, you're just basically like rushing up and pushing her, so I'm going to say it's a body.
Okay. Don't fail me now. Oh, they didn't. 13 plus 2, 15.
15. So Andromeda, Manta steps out of the way, and you can see Manta's kind of holding his shoulder a little bit. And you just rush up. Miya just takes her attention off of you onto Manta for just a second, and you rush up and with two hands just shove her as hard as you can. And the impact throws her head back, and you just hear her scream as she goes flying off the top of this 4-story high area. And then Dawn, you're down below. You see just the image of Miya just go flying over top of you. Her screams get lower and lower as she goes down, and you just hear the implant onto the metal grating below. Smacks behind you. And she is laying there motionless with a pool of blood starting to form underneath her.
Wow.
And I'm going to take this chase music off, and our counter is officially ended.
That took a while. I didn't even make it to the roof.
I'm gonna just look over at Andromeda. Good job. I'm not very good in hand-to-hand combat.
It's okay. Are you alright? Since my stomach is like bleeding with blood all over the place, I'm like, we should get to the ship. She has another dagger. I want it.
Yeah, we should definitely take her weapons. They hurt really bad.
Oh yeah, look, I got a knife.
I see. That's an awesome. We should. Well, like I said, we should definitely get the second one. It's down there. Do we see her body deck? Did it land somewhere we could actually retrieve like her knife that she had?
Yeah. It's actually it landed on the level in between where you guys are and where Dawn is.
Dawn, go get her knife.
Yeah, but throw my staff down first.
True. I don't think I can walk. There you go. Now just like drop it down to him.
Okay.
I'm not gonna throw it. I'm just dropping it straight down to him.
Well, I look at Manta and be like, I went up all the way up here, so I could go back down where I started from. Fine. I think I go back down too.
Okay, you do notice, Dawn, when you go back to get the knife, that there's people starting to kind of crowd around this body laying there already. Like, there's a lot of people around this place.
Yeah. I'm gonna look at the people, check it out, and I'm gonna make the decision not to go all the way down.
Okay, you got it.
And I'm gonna go back up and try to help this.
Okay.
Guys
All right.
die.
Yeah. You go up there and they are bleeding profusely from wounds.
I do have a question though.
Mm-hmm.
Will my bow staff go down condition? What's it used there?
We did use it, so you are going to have to make a condition roll on it. Go ahead and roll. I believe it's a D6 that you have to roll. And if, just tell me what you get.
1.
You did get a 1, so it does go down one condition. So I think it goes to a 1 then.
Goes to 1.
Mm-hmm. The welds are starting to loosen already on the bow staff, even though it didn't really make too much contact with anything. Manta's metallic hands have put a little bit of dents in it too, a little bit, where he gripped it.
That's okay. I'll fix it.
So Don makes his way back up to you guys. What do you guys do?
We should go back to the ship.
I agree.
Don't feel so good. I do really want that jacket, though. Man, it's all right.
We might be able to. Dawn, can you go get the jacket? Where was the jacket at?
It's
Yeah,
in
what
her.
was it there?
It's in her cart, in her home thing. She dropped it on my face when she was trying to escape.
You know, if I go back in there, I'm not coming out.
Are you gonna live there?
No, I'm gonna go play some games.
Oh my
Gamble.
god.
Well, we're gonna be leaving here soon, so you just make sure you're
Yeah.
back in time for us to be taking off.
It
Yeah.
would be a great idea to go get a jacket with it, so all of us running after her.
That's true. Well, I guess we'll just have to miss on the jacket and the other dagger. Let's go. We gotta.
Well, Don
care
did
of
pick
our
up the
blood.
other dagger. Don does have the other dagger, so he's got that.
Oh, okay. Let's just go home.
Okay, back to the ship it is then.
Okay,
Sounds good.
so bleeding, hurting.
Probably very difficult to go down the ladder, also, especially me with
Yeah.
being stabbed in the shoulder. But
Yeah.
I hope
Yeah.
you guys know.
Dawn helps you guys out, getting down to the bottom, and you guys, as quickly as you can, start making your way back to the Omen. You guys enter the Omen in the midst of Devlin and Noah continuing their process of completing the repairs. You guys still probably have about an hour left until the repairs are officially done, but you can see coming inside, Andronima has got blood all over her. Some of it her own, some of it someone else's. Manta looks like he's got blood like dripping out of his shoulder area. And Dawn looks okay. It looks like he's a little tired and sweaty.
I would probably run to Andromeda and ask her if she was okay and kind of like help her to like a seat.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, Manta. I hope Manta's sitting down. Don't worry, Manta. I got you.
thank you.
Good work.
Well, we have some bad news. We gotta
you get-
hurry up. Huh?
Did you get in a fight with a small child?
No. Not in the fight with Miya.
Not much different.
That's true. She's kind of a small child.
And where is she?
She's dead.
Should I ask how?
She got spotted and pushed down the building. But that thing that she gave us, the virus, that's some sort of death virus or something like that. So after it got implanted, it's gonna go and try and assassinate Zanta. Just an FYI.
So another reason for us to get it out of here as fast as possible.
Yes. We received a visitor while you were gone.
Oh, was it to drop off
Oh.
the goods?
Yes, it was purple.
They were supposed to drop those off.
So is the robot only supposed to kill Zanta or other people as well?
I think just Zanta, that's what she said.
Yeah, but we didn't find out all of the information, I'm guessing. So we'll see.
I
We
mean,
won't see.
we could wait and see if it works and maybe become Zanta.
Much as I like the idea of being like super all powerful and stuff, I think there's a higher chance that we are already in trouble. So I think we should hurry up and get out of here as soon as we can.
Actually, Dev kind of has a point. I could actually look like Zanta if that happened, and we could just kind of control this place.
Naturally, we have to stand down the robots after Xanta's gone, but I'm sure we can figure that out.
So let's just play this out by thinking about it for a second. There might be a crazy killer robot that's going to kill Zanta. Then you're going to impersonate Zanta with that robot still wanting to kill Zanta. What more of that makes sense?
We take the robot like out first, and then I impersonate Zanta.
But when do we know when it's gonna kill?
Well, we could come back and see if we're immediately attacked. That means we just need to leave.
Well, hold on. You forgot one thing, though. He's searching specifically for somebody who implanted that chip, that robot that has the drive in it. It's not active. It's broken. So chances are it's not going to happen for a while, but we're going to get found out first. Because he has access to the camera, so I think we should go, and then, if that happens or ends up happening, we should just find out later.
He could just wipe the systems, or I'm assuming that you can do that, and it might just take care of the virus.
That's true too. I'm sure he's a careful guy.
Yeah, I think we should just leave. Now that thinking about it, still not a good idea to impersonate him.
I mean, it's a good idea if he's already dead, but with the robot being broken, I don't think he's gonna die for a while.
Or we could impersonate Zanta now, bypass his security, make sure the robot's still down, and take out Zanta and don't turn on that robot. And then we take it over.
I wonder would anybody know how he controls the AI units? Would it just be by like look or
I think he
like
commands
facial
them.
recognition or voice activated or
I mean, you spend more time with him. You should know.
well, we didn't really talk about the
Robots.
tech. Yeah.
Maybe it's a retina scan or something like that. Or maybe
I mean, if that's
it's
the
just,
case, I can impersonate
voice.
that. That's a little
Oh.
bit more difficult.
Before you impersonate him, you do need to heal up.
I
And you
do.
bleed all over the place.
Yeah.
That is true. I also need to be able to. I need to sleep anyways to be able to impersonate him.
We got some leftovers here.
I'm not really
I was
that hungry right now.
saving those.
So we're just gonna wait.
Well, we think we're taking off unless we want to.
Let's take a vote. Stay and be Zanta, or take off. Whether we do the job. So I would assume it's either stay here with Zanta, go do the job, and come back and see if Xanta's going to kill us, or take off and go somewhere?
I want to take off and go somewhere, either to go do that job and just pretend, or I don't know, try to make it work for ourselves, or go somewhere else entirely, because this place sucks, you guys.
It really does.
I mean, all places suck, but, you know, this place especially sucks while Xanta's here, so I'm just hoping the robots are going to take care of it.
Maybe we can bring the information down that Xanta wants this information and we were hired, and maybe do something that we did kind of like here and play it against them to try and maybe do an inside job again to steal some stuff.
From Zanta?
No, the people down at the planet, because we were trying to get that gem.
Whoa. We can steal from the rich people. I don't want to steal from people who are hardworking fellows. Zanta deserves it. I don't think those poor miners do.
Look, I'm okay with what she says. I say we leave.
Okay, so where are we going then?
Anywhere. Just far away from here for now so that we can get out of here and not be targets of Zanta.
You don't think he could follow us? You don't think he's going to be watching where we go?
He can try and follow us, but I doubt he's gonna want to expend the resources to do so, if that makes sense. It only matters for as long as we're on the station. If we don't interact with the station, don't do anything here, I don't think we're gonna matter that much.
Do you think he would be interested to know that Miya is no longer alive?
Well, maybe,
If
but
he would even know who Miya is, though.
that's true too.
Would we be able to take off right now and go refuel while we're still finishing up repairs, or are we still stuck there for that remaining 50 minutes now or something?
Yeah, it'd be about 45 more minutes. You're not
Okay.
confident that you'd be able to pull out of there until your repairs are done.
Gotcha. Well, we still got about 45 minutes left on these repairs, so you guys can stew it over a little bit. I'm gonna go back getting to work. You guys let me know what you guys want to do. If you want to take out Zanta and be Zanta and make sure that robot's shut down, or if you want to take off, go down to that moon or go somewhere else, let me know.
We got 45 minutes. It would be a good time for Andromeda and Manta to heal up. They could bleed out and then we lose a member.
Where's the duct tape?
Yeah, where is that? Where's that duct tape?
Noah points up at the wires like, we used it all, sorry.
Oh. It's alright.
So how do you heal in this game, Mike?
That's
Good
a
question.
That's a good
I have
question.
it pulled up.
Yeah, what-
Healing. When they have eaten something and rested a full night, player characters heal 1d8 plus body lost hit points. Resting in a safe space, such as in their hub or at a calm space dock, restores all lost hit points.
So we did have that leftover food.
We do. We do.
Let's snack.
So does it say a meal and a rest?
I think it's meal and overnight rest.
Yeah, so yeah. It would require a good night's rest.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, so we're staying at the 1 HP until get a long rest.
You guys have you've got at least put stuff on the wounds and duct tape them to yourself so you're not going to bleed out. But you guys can both add, or those of you that have the blades, you can add what's called a gravity blade to your inventory. It does cost one unit point to carry. So however many spots you have, that takes up one slot.
Now I do.
And it does 1d4 as a melee weapon. So
I do have a bow staff. Can I give my blade to somebody else that doesn't have a weapon?
sure, absolutely.
Who doesn't have a weapon? Noah?
I have a
Dev?
pistol.
Dev?
I also have
Do
a
you
pistol.
weapon?
I have nothing.
So I will give you my my knife.
So
Thank
Devlin,
you.
you now have a gravity blade.
Adding
Very
to my
cool.
list.
Dead body.
And then if you wanted one of the tools from what the purple robot brought, make sure you add that to the list, whatever you guys asked for.
One thing I did want to mention with the gravity blades is that the way there's a bonus to how they work. If anybody ever tries to disarm you with the gravity blades, you have advantage on trying to keep a hold of it. Okay. Gems are pretty from the chat.
So I would say it probably just going to be working on repairs and everything else. If anyone else wants to do anything in that meantime.
Yeah, you guys got 45 minutes. Does anybody want to do anything other than just chill here?
Oh, can I fix my staff?
That's a good question.
Would that take longer?
I think it might take longer. Let's see. Where's condition, repairs, repairing, repair time, electronics and weapons, picking apart a weapon, but that's dismantling, repairing, electronics and weapons components. Repairing one condition point of an unbroken item requires 1 unit of components. And repair time. Repairs take 1d6 hours per unit of components used. So just to repair it, it could take 1 hour to 6 hours. And it does cost a little bit of parts.
I don't have the parts. So...
Okay. Based upon the rules.
Is there a way, now that we're back in the OMEN, that I can help either one of those guys make it quicker? So it would be quicker to leave?
Go to make a tech check for us. Let's see if it helps.
D20, right?
D20, add your tech.
Don't touch it.
I'm gonna use my volley point.
Okay.
Adds 3 hours to maintenance.
12.
12?
Yeah.
All right. So Dawn goes over to a panel that you guys have like skipped over. Starts like doing some things to it. It's like, oh, this doesn't look right. And he just shifts one of the wire harnesses a little bit to another. And all of a sudden things start to light up that haven't been lit up the whole time here. And as you're standing there, Devlin, with your jaw just like wide open, looking over towards Dawn, holding the last open computer panel, you just snap the computer panel into place and look at Noah, and you're done.
Fixed it.
It took you guys like 2 hours. It took me 5 minutes. Not even. So now that we have the chip going, ready to go, should we go? Are we staying? What are we doing?
Fuel time.
Fuel time.
Okay.
It is fuel time.
So with a couple of presses of the buttons, getting yourself situated, who is flying the Omen?
What kind of check is flying?
Piloting is based off of savvy.
I can fly. I have a 3 for that.
Okay.
Yeah. So
And
that morning I have to.
Probably better for someone to do it that's, you know.
Geronima sits down in the chair. Probably Manta would probably sit beside.
Yeah. I'll be a co-pilot.
with some co-pilot experience.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them still like
Bleeding,
with bandages that are all like covered in blood. Begin to hit some buttons, move some panels. You guys can hear the engines starting to fire up, although a little bit of backfiring does occur, as there is very minimal fuel in the tanks of this vessel. You guys disengage from the port that you're connected to and kind of swing the vessel around to that familiar docking area, the refueling station. and pull it into one of the refueling station port areas, where a mechanical kind of arm carrying this hose kind of comes out to where it connects to your vessel, hooks up, and starts pumping fuel into your vessel. You can see that a couple scans are done on your computer, and everything has been kind of zeroed out by Zanta digitally on your refueling. Zanta has purchased all your fuel for you, and you can see that your digital fuel gauge is kind of just climbing by these squares as they go. You may have on your ship sheet how much your fuel capacity is. What is your total fuel capacity?
6.
6. Okay, so it fills it up 6 out of 6. You guys will have a full tank of fuel. It does take a few minutes to fuel up, but once it is full, the hose clamps and stuff disengage from the Omen and pull back into the fueling station area of Kenar 62.
What would our condition be? And then our frame integrity?
What is it currently?
So condition right now is blank with a max of 5, and then frame integrity, I just have it all X'd out with a defense rating of 11.
Okay. Your condition is going to be 5 out of 5. Frame integrity. Let's see. Frame statistics. Some of the power costs. Where's the integrity at? Huh? Don't see it. Defense rating, fuel capacity. The frame integrity tracks damage to the spacecraft. It is 100% for an unharmed spacecraft. So you're at 100% frame integrity. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, it's whatever your ship would be at full at the beginning of the game. That's where it is.
Perfect.